Oh my god. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. This is going to be about the facets of forging questline. In my hubris, oh god, this is what I get for trying to record late at night. Oh man. So, last night I started the facets of forging questline. And then I went to sleep, and I got up this morning to continue it. Well, as I was clearing out raw video files I didn't need anymore because I put them all into one video from the previous parts, I ended up deleting the video file, the video I made for the initial questline for the facet of forging. So fuck me. I did the same thing exactly with the alchemist job quests. So why? I don't know. I got nothing. So that sucks. I tried going back and try redoing it, but there's no new game plus feature, which is well, I guess it makes sense because there's not really much to it. And then I tried going back into the stupid unending journey book, and there's nothing there except for the little 80 quest. So that's unfortunate. Thankfully, I got the journal, which is not that great. So pretty much, I'm gonna read off the journal because this is the best as I can do, which is unfortunate. I tried going back and record on the PlayStation's recording or capture software, but it doesn't go that far back, unfortunately. Shit. Well. Yeah, I had a feel. When I noticed it when I was about to render out the video, it was like 10 minutes shorter than what the others have been. So that's why I'm doing this now. So pretty much, this is how the facet went out when played. It sucks I have to do it this way, but this is like the only way I can do it. Lola, nourishing the crystalline mean, is also the owner of a private forge known as the Iron Bellows. Once a thriving collective of talented craftsmen, their business has long since fallen on hard times. Hoping to reverse her fortunes, Lola has struck upon the idea of developing new wares which appeal to the local Zune, and has you for your aid in this creative endeavor. First things first, however, she would consult with an Amaro Tamer in an effort to learn about their potential customers. Your discussion with the Amaro Tamer has revealed a concern about nasty bites inflicted by their more irritable charges. Armed with this knowledge, Lola returns to Crystalline Main to consider what items might be best to benefit the Zune in their daily lives. Following an encounter with two former Bellows employees, Lola explains how one of the main goals in her endeavor is in convincing the artisans to return to her work at her forge. She also dreams of reclaiming the ring her father was forced to give up when he failed to pay his debts to a borrowed coin. Shit. Despite her attempts to focus on practical concerns, it is not painfully obvious how much the keepsake means to her. Your crafting expertise may be the key to breaking into the Zune market, and we're bringing Lola in. Oh shit! No! Bringing Lola. God damn it! Bringing Lola to the plans of her. Bringing Lola the success her plans require. Pretty much at this point, you get tasked with crafting items. You're tasked with making metal gauntlets for the first quest line. So I had already, obviously, I've already done all the quests, all the quests. So pretty much I had already gotten all the items, and I think I'm making mention of this in just a minute. So yeah, you're tasked with making metal gauntlets. It sucks. I had to do it this way. It sucks even more that I ended up deleting the video. I shouldn't have been doing it late at night, because yeah. Oh well, I'll try to be more careful next time. But yeah, well, let's get right back into the quest line, because thankfully I still have the rest of it. Okay, I've gotten all the items. We got the metal worm jar, the metal trident, the nullifying necklace, and we got the metal gauntlets. So, Lola, let's give you our first item, which is the metal gauntlets. They should do the trick. Now let's see what the Zune think of them. I delivered your gauntlets to the Zoom for the reprisal. You can only hope they are as impressed as I was. A word with you, please. Is something wrong? I wish to speak with the artisan who crafted the gauntlets. Ah, that would be Cecily here. First, let me say that my people are not accustomed to wearing metal armor. Our natural scales are hard steel to begin with, and we do not like to announce ourselves with flashy ornaments. We only wear what is essential. The exception to this would be our our hide jackets, a memento of those from those beloved Amara we will remember after their passing. In short, we have no use for bulky protected garments. They would only get in our way. No, I should not get my hopes up. But then I tried using the gloves to handle one of your feistier beasts. She clamped my jaws clamped her jaws on my fingers, and I didn't feel a thing. Ooh. What is more, where I expected the metal to be heavy and my movements clumsy, it felt almost as if I was working with my bare hands. You tailored the gauntlets to meet our particular needs, and we would acknowledge that effort with suitable payment. That's all I came to say. Phew! For a moment, I thought we made a mistake. He seemed pleased, didn't he? Very much so. More than that, he was delighted. I have an eye for our artisans, but I didn't realize you were just this talented. I mean, you've only crafted one new design, and already my business with this thing is off to a grand start. I might even be able to pay Eisman his wages this year. Huh. I feel like with you here, bringing back my old employees is not distant dreams that once was. Please say you'll stay and help, and keep your tools at the ready. Well, I'll find us more customers to impress. You could use the help. You're quite literally their lifeline. It's not wrong. Cecil just a woman I wanted to see. It's all happening so fast. We've received orders for more of those gauntlets you crafted. As I told you, Eisman has a knack for copying existing designs, so I set him loose on the new commissions. After all, he needs to work for his wages. Makes a change from working from nothing. And as for you, I need another crafting miracle to impress our next potential client, the Mord. What do they want? Have you been to Amarang? The Mord people have a city there founded on mining and trading. I went myself to do some groundwork, but talking about new wares they might need wasn't high on the agenda. No, the Mord seemed more intent on feeding me worms. A local delicacy, Ursula said. I could barely choke one down. Really? The taste started growing me after a while. I must have eaten a couple of buckets worth while I was waiting to get paid. I'm so sorry, Eisman, I truly am. Well, my visit to the Mord was something of a loss, but mayhap you some insight as what we could build upon? Thinking back to the kobolds. More strikingly similar to the kobolds in appearance. Perhaps the beastmen from the source might make use of something that could prove equally beneficial to their Amarang counterparts. Maybe the bomb stoves? Metal worm jars! Bomb incubators. No, they definitely don't want bombs. Something to keep their squirmy treats safe? I don't know how the Mord will react to that, but I suppose it's worth a try. Make me a worm jar if you please. Sounds easy enough. Alright. I just wanted to check something. Alright, Lola, here's your worm jars. Thank you. The Mord should be pleased with this. Right, I've done my part and delivered your work to the potential clients in Mortsuk. Hopefully they like what they see. This is the forge where the metal jars were made, yes? I wanted to talk to the makers. Welcome, welcome, we come to the right place. What do you wish to discuss? For white earthworms, freshness is best. They fare poorly in sunlight. Death follows soon. They don't keep well. They do taste better fresh from the dirt, that's true. What is it with you and worms, Eisman? I'm beginning to think you're a Mord in disguise. We never tried to store earthworms before, but when we put them in your new jar, they stayed happy in the dark, safe and squirming and delicious. And since the jar is made of metal, it doubles as a cooking pot. Over the fire, dinner is served. Whoever made such a wonderful utensil understands worms. If you have any more jars, we would make you an offer. We have much to trade, coins to buy. Another happy customer. It's almost too good to be true. By the way, are you one of those worm gourmets too? No. It has to be the white ones. They're meatier than the other worms, and... You've proven your crafting expertise once again, Tesla. You shut him down. And thanks to the stability you've given us, I've managed to convince an old friend to return. Oh, hello. I'm Kalana. You might have heard from Lola, but I was working at the bells until I couldn't anymore. After all Lola's father did for us, abandoning the forge never sat well with me. So I'm glad to have another chance to help the business succeed. And we're incredibly glad to have you. You can work with Eisman crafting stock for all those extra commissions. Did you hear that, Eisman? There's plenty of work to be done, so don't think you can take it easy just because I'm back. Now the reason the white earthworms that made it. This guy says this is hung up on the worms. Now the reason the white earthworms I mean it has to do with how they survive in the arid conditions of the Almarine. What is this dolt babbling about? Anyway, now all that's up to convince Sui Ren to return. I'll scout a new client and you can amaze them with your artisanal brilliance. Alright. I was hoping you'd pay a visit, Cecila. Those jars you designed are selling like wildfire. We're almost struggling to keep up with demand. I have both Kalana and Eisen handling the commissions, though, as you and I can turn all our attention. So you and I can turn all our attention to bringing in new business. We have the jars under control. There's a worm cuisine craze sweeping through the Crystarium, and we stand to make a good bit of coin. I'll never understand the appeal. But enough about worms. Let's discuss our next client, shall we? The Ondo. They usually keep to themselves that are in their underwater settlements, but word from Kalusha says they're willing to engage in trade. So Eisman and I went for looking for them. We must have trudged along the coastline for days before we finally a chance to cross a group of spearfishing in the shallows. Did you know that Ondo hunt with harpoons fashioned from coral? Anyway, I was relieved to find that they were quite amenable to the idea of doing business with the bellows. All we need now is to create an item the Ondo might be interested in purchasing. Anything come to mind? Well, let's think back to these guys. When Lola's told you, the Ondo sounds strikingly similar to the Sahagan. Perhaps the basement from the source can use... Okay, so... I don't know if that's one. Tridents! Metal flippers! No, it's tridents. An improvement to those coral harpoons I mentioned. I think we're on the right track, but wouldn't the metal just rust in the seawater? That would depend on the metal used. I know a few tricks and treatments to ward off rust. Let me worry about that part. Major Kalana, rough edges aside, you always did have a knack for the delicate side of ironwork. Well, Cecil, I think no other drawbacks to your tried an idea. Craft us a three-pronged masterpiece that will have the Ondo forking out coin and Sui Ren begging to rejoin our forging family. Alright, off to the next delivery. There you go. Excellent work. These will make fine tools for fishing and battle both. I've delivered your triumphs to the Ondo and now wait for the verdict. This is always the most exciting and terrifying part. There they are. Is this the Iron Bellows? It certainly is, good sir. Have you come to pay bounds, perchance? So you're the ones responsible for those tridents. Oh no, we've angered them. Insulted their ancestors. Mocked their traditions. Traditional core craftsmanship. Not to worry, that's why we keep a bruiser like me around. Kalana, I implore you to hammer iron, not our clients. Listen well, landwalkers, my people dwell beneath the waves where fire does not burn. We have no skills for forging tools of metal, but we recognize mastery when it is delivered to our very hands. Compared to our core spears, the triumphs are stronger and sharper, yet show no signs of rusting in the ocean's water. They will serve us well in the hunt. Such was our joy and satisfaction that I felt compelled to cross the seas, swim along rivers, and trek over land to heap praise upon our maker. You should give your thanks to Cecil there. It is she who first proposed and crafted the piece in question. You were the landwalker who came with Alpha Node. It seems your talent in metalwork is equal to your skill in battle. Once more, you have our gratitude. Here's the coin we owe you. I look forward to your next offering. Well, things are appear going swimmingly for the Bells these days. In fact, I might even almost believe my expertise was no longer required. Oh, who's back? Sui Ren! Sui Ren, you sneaky bastard. How long have you been there? Cecil, was it? I managed to glance at one of the tridents you traded to the Ondo, and I must say, I was quite impressed. Your skills are on par with Lola's father, and he was a man of no small talent. It would reflect badly upon my character were to accept my former position now, only after business had taken a turn for the better. And yet I cannot pass up this opportunity to work alongside an artisan of your caliber. Or maybe you just can't stand to be away from me. I've got you pegged, Rend. For the moment, I shall content myself with duplicating your wares in an effort to study your techniques. I see my assistant's limit turned away. This profession does seem to attract peculiar types. Still, we should be glad to have Sui Ren back at the forge. If you look past his pretentious manner, we'll find out seasoned craftsmen lurking underneath. Even my father put stock in Ren's unmatched speed and precision. Just look at all what we've achieved. With your help, we've secured another market in the Ondo and lured back my other lost employee. I cannot thank you enough. Yet I'll ask that you stay in my employ for just a little longer. Rehiring my artisans was a costly endeavor, and we'll need every corner your creations bring in. You can leave it to me. I'll do what I can. Ace in the hole! Alright. What to do? What's going on? Oh, Cecila! Oh, you could use an ear if you have a moment to listen. Now, between your craft and my negotiations, we managed to secure contracts with the Zune, the Mord, and even the Ondo. Compared to our previous client list, one whole customer, our business has improved by leaps and bounds. It's just, after paying regular wages to Eisman and putting up the coin to the higher back Kalana and Sui Ren, I'm afraid the forge's coffers are close to empty again. I can only think of two solutions to this problem. One, we seek out a new client with a large-scale commission, or a fat purse or two. I start paying Eisman less than he's worth. Eisman probably wouldn't complain. God, that's so terrible. Let's try expanding our client list. Yes, that's probably the best option. Thank you, Cecila. If I'm being honest with you, I actually heard that it had a candidate in mind. The new Mo of El Meg. They're supposedly on friendly terms with the people of Volbert, while the kingdom yet existed at least. As for brokering deals, treat fairly with them and they'll treat fairly with you, it is said. My main concern is the dangers posed by simply entering the domain of the Pixies itself. What we need is an escort at to the bargaining table. Someone who the Pixies already know and trust. I don't suppose you know anyone like that, do you? I am known to the new Mo. I mean... What? You? I can't believe the perfect ambassador for the Bells was under my nose this entire time. Well then, let's not waste another moment. I'll put my traveling pack together and meet you on the road for Il Meg. Where? Really? You can't just go inside Il Meg? Ugh. Gotta go up here. Ilmeg just lies just ahead. The fairy folk might try to scare us up, but my will is iron. Once I've chosen a path, there's no stopping me. New and profitable clients, here we come. She's very excited. Okay, so I'll go way up there. Man, she made excellent progress. Alright. Yeah, there's something touching my face. Get it off, get it off! Quickly sex off. We must reach the Nemo. Alright. I know you. You won the scepter from the Elder. And this young lady is a friend of yours? Yes, I've come to trade. Your people once stood the kingdom of Volbert, and I hope to provide goods on which I spend your stash of Volbert gold. You do have gold, don't you? Ah, I desire an exchange. 'Tis a Nemo way to barter one thing for another. But we will not part with our golden treasures if you have, if not, we deem equal worth in coin. Is that iron a smell? Your work is a metal? Then mayhap you have something to offer us after all. Since the fall of Volbert and the scattering of its people, we have been hard-pressed to obtain new sensors. Sensors? We can afford sensors. Why, the iron pellets will craft you the finest sensors you've ever seen. I mean, once our artisans decide upon a design. Wonderful! Shall come to you upon completion of the first piece. Right then, Cecil, we should get to work, straight to work. Back to the mean we go. That's it. That's all for our visit. All right. Oh boy. Welcome back, Cecil. You know, I've heard stories about the Nemo, but the first time I'd seen one in the flesh, that was the first time I'd seen one in the flesh. They're a little more intimidating than the adorable puppy people I'd imagined. I'd imagined. Still, if all goes well, we stand to rack in a stack or two of Vorberdite honors. That should take the pressure off the bellows finances for a good long while. So let's put together one spectacular census, shall we? If you find yourself needing more materials, Heisman will provide. All right. Oh, I guess I gotta talk to Eisman. Wait. Oh, there it is. I went to the wrong item. I was like, wait a minute. Use your sensor. Wow, this is so exquisite. I'm almost tempted to keep it for myself. Our client will be pleased indeed. Now we just wait until Nimarn arrives to inspect the sensor. Fancy a game of cards? Oh, so this is the Crystarium. So much life and commotion. Ugh. Ah! It's a pig! Quick, someone pinch me with a pair of pliers. Either I'm dreaming or that's a flying talking pig! I promise you're fully awake. It is I, Namarn, and this porcine fellow is my familiar. We need a mower bound strongly to the magics of Ilmeg and strain beyond its borders, or it is unnerving to say the least. I hope you don't mind if I inspect the sensor by proxy. Design is unfamiliar, but entrancing. And the metal construction should render it quite durable. Yes, those nasty pests are in for a smoky surprise. Nasty pests? Are you suffering for some manner of invasion? Our home planet is a humid place and attracts swarms of gnats and the like. So many winged nuisances, in fact, that the buzzing is distracting us from our meditations. But with a sensor like this to fill the air with scented smoke, peace and quiet will soon be ours once more. This is a problem we would have taken to the Vorbidites once upon a time. Now we have no arsons nearby with whom to trade with our shiny coins. So you're saying those gold pieces are just piling up in the corner, taking up room? I'm sure my fortune can offer you a way to rid yourself of some of that clutter. Your concern about domestic tightness is touching. Assuming you can provide more exceptional goods such as this one, then we shall be glad to feed your golden hunger. Until we meet again. I think you made a favorable impression with Namarn. I seem to amuse him, and your craft sealed the deal. With the Nemoids or clients, I can run the iron bellows the way we used to. No more worrying about wages. Everything back in its rightful place. And the ring you mentioned? Okay, maybe not everything, but I have to keep this place running for my artisans. Not waste money on some sentimental trinket. We walked away when things got tough. Left to rebuild the bellows alone. It's about time we return the favor. Trite, but true. Maybe there's something we can do. Oh, they're planning something. I'm ready to put the next stage of my revival plan in motion. If this goes well, then any lingering fear that the bills will go belly up can finally be put to rest. I actually already have the client picked out, but I need to make a few preparations first. I'll share the details with you soon. Who's next? Oh, the dwarves. The dwarves are next. And there's the pixies too, but I doubt the pixies are gonna give us coin. Greetings, Cecil, ready to conjure up another fantastic new convenience. Look at them. Those three are certainly taking up the work with the passion, which I suppose is to be expected from such veteran artisans. Anyway, let's get started on our final project, shall we? Our client this time is the Crystarium's own city guard. Oh, I was expecting that. I may have mentioned this before, but they've been the only customer that struck with us with thick and thin, stuck through us thick and thin since the time my father ran the bellows. The problem is, Father will accept the guard's commissions regardless of the losses we stood to make, and that hit to our profit margin became a major factor in the Forge's decline. I understand why he did it. What he did, the guard protects us from the sin eaters, and he wanted to outfit them with the best equipment we could provide: a sharper sword, a sturdier shield. The slightest edge might help against the monsters which took my mother from us. Now more than ever, the Bells is in a position to support the Crystarium's defenders in a way my father would have wanted. You remember the Namarn? He recently told me of a special gemstone which can only be found in Lakeland. It seems Vorberdite knights used to carry such a shield to ward off hostile magics. A talisman of sorts. Well, call it fate, but the city guard's vulnerability to the arcane was the last project to consume my father's attention before he died. He wanted to fix the fly he perceived in their armor, and it falls to me to complete his legacy. As such, the item I would have you craft is already decided. A neckpiece set with the gemstone from Lakeland. This is it, Cecil, our final collaboration. I look forward to seeing what masterpiece you devise to protect our soldiers from the fell sorcery. Okay. I got what you need. Here you go. Yes. Thank you, Cecil. This is might be just the edge a soldier needs to survive the battlefield's less mundane perils. I delivered your work to the city guard, so that's that. Our final project together is all but complete. Now I just need to wait for the client's verdict. Oh, hello. Lina! Forge Master Lola? That would be me. What can I do for you, Captain Lina? I came to discuss the new equipment you left to our supply officer. Your father always provided us with the highest quality armaments, but was never satisfied with his attempts to infuse arcane resistance. He would have been proud of this neckpiece you've crafted. We and the guard face danger on a daily basis, and I cannot overstate how much the availability of your potent talisman will benefit morale. I wanted to visit you in person, and that I might probably express my gratitude. I'm pleased to know that you're. I'm pleased to know that you are pleased, but I can only accept I can only accept thanks for the idea. Across the ship was all Cecil here. Cecil, a master artisan. There's no end to your surprises. An impressive talent, isn't it? She's as skilled as my own father was. But their work as a template, I mean, to keep the Bank Bell producing goods of the highest quality. As such, I also hope the city guard will continue entrusting their commissions to my forge in the years to come. We would consider it a privilege. Be proud to know that the armaments we provided by your family's forge serve an integral part of the Crystarium's defense. Did you hear that? An integral part, he said. I almost feel like weeping. Because they're plotting something. What are these guys up to? It's been a long road getting the bells back on track, and now you stood by me every step of the way. Well, I suppose that's so you deserve it. Alright. Good. Now, before I accept anything else, since unlike the Gatherer scripts, there's actually stuff I can actually spend with the Crafter scripts. Now will be the master recipes. I don't remember where I left off. There we go. Wait. That's where I left off. Getting all those books. Ah! There we go. More books for my collection. Alright, what's next, Zola? After sitting down and tallying up a prop from our various ventures, so we have sufficient funds to keep the bells comfortably quiet for some time. Surely your goods have brought in a small fortune. Yeah, I still haven't thought of a proper way to thank you. All I'm busy was that. Why don't you visit with Eisman? He will mention wanting to have a word with you. I noticed him sneaking about, trying to arrange a celebration with you and our clients, so I'm guessing he needs your help with the preparations. Nothing gets past me. My forge is see everything artists do, or don't do for that matter. Last I saw Eisman, he was wandering over the wandering stairs, assuming you might have a mind to speak to him. Let's go see what this guy's up to, shall we? What's going on, guys? Oh, Cecil, we've been looking for you. I have a favor to ask you. Celebration preparations? Wait, what? That was supposed to be a surprise! Lola's head might be filled with figures and finances, but she's got a sharp eye. Shall I bop her with my hammer so she forgets what we're up to? Someone ought to bop you with a hammer, you uncultured brute. Come now, Eisen, spit it out. Was there not something specific you wish to share concerning the upcoming festivities? Oh yes, of course. Part of our plan was to celebrate Lola with a gift. Something near and dear to her heart, but we're having trouble acquiring the item in question. He's talking about the ring Lola's father lost to that bastard moneylender. Three of us have been working our fingers off to the bone of this past while, scrimping and saving what we could, so all we have to coin to pay it back. Well, once we deem our purse sufficiently hefty, we paid a visit to this nefarious usurer, a shifty fellow by the name of Walden. Yet, even after we paid the villain his due, he refused to surrender the ring. Apparently, we failed to account for to account for the interest accrued in the intervening years. A patently absurd amount. We're at a loss as what to do next. I was hoping someone as well child as you might have some advice to give. Am I too early? I'm too early. I don't get invited to a lot of parties with people. You seem troubled. Is there a problem with celebrations? So you paid this man a fair price, but he did not honor the trade? Demanded more from you? Weird that Namel frowned upon deals with the balance of value swings too far on one side's favor. This Walden fellow sounds in need of a lesson in equilibrium. Oh, I'd love to teach him a lesson, but the only way I can think of is to like leave him covered in blood and arrested by the guard. Well, let's not attempt anything rash. 'Twould only add to the Low's woes. Still, I'm afraid a civilized approach has already failed to persuade the unmannered churl to part with the ring. No violence will be necessary, my friends. I have an idea. This is your moment to shine, Cecilla. I'm going to supply you with some materials. Use them to make a ring of finest quality, and then give it to Eisman. I realize this is all very mysterious, but I ask that you can trust me. Everything will be explained soon enough. Did you, like, spit them out? Where are you holding all these materials? Oops. Making myself a ring. Here you go, Eisman. Oh, well, that didn't take near as long as I thought it would. That's beautiful work, Cecilla. See, so Namarn, what exactly is this plan for this ring? The materials I provided to Cecil were prepared for the minor enchantment. Walden will be so taken with our ring, he'll be offering you to offer Lola's ring in trade. Wait, what, just like that? I have doubts as well, but I say we should give it a try. Right then, let's pay another visit to Walden. Will you come along, Cecilla? He should be lurking around Musica Universalis. Back so soon? We came for the ring, Walden. We already paid you a fair price for its return. Let me spell it out for you again, boy. No money, no ring. You'll get naught but curses until you cough up the interest what's owed me. We don't have that kind of money, but we do have another ring you might be interested in. Care to trade? Trade? Do I look like a flea market to you? I don't like dealing cold, hard coin. Oh? Maybe you should inspect the quality of the goods before you make up your mind. Here, see how it glitters. Oh, his face is shocked. Oh, ain't that the pretty little thing? I had no idea such beauty still existed in this world. It's just so precious. I had a feeling you'll appreciate the craftsmanship. I ain't got often I got hands on a proper treasure like this one. You got yourself a deal, boy. Here, take your bladed ring. Go on, take it. Pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy your work, this old antique. There's only one ring I care about now. Well, the way his eyes lit up was almost disturbing. Just what kind of spell did Nimar weave into those materials? I don't know, and I probably don't want to know. Well, we best be getting back to the others. The festivities aren't going to prepare themselves. Strange business that, but we at least got the ring. Have the ring Lola wanted. Now we can celebrate without a care. Although we should probably finish up the preparations before the guests arrive. Lola, we have a gift for you. Oh, a gift? Is it flowers? Some sweet treat from the markets? Ha! As if you want something as pointless as that. Indeed. Huh. I'd rather sack of coins than some smelly bouquet. Not a sack of coins, I'm afraid. But it's a precious metal. Oh, Wiseman, are you proposing? I know I'm pretty for a smithy, but this is all too sudden. Just a damn moment. That's my father's ring. Where? How? We weren't able to stand by you when the bells needed us most, so we got back the thing you most wanted instead. Fittingly, your efforts to survive the forge were the reason we could earn enough money to buy that trinket back in the first place. That, and a dash of Cecil's exceptional craftsmanship. I don't know what to say except thank you. I thought myself alone since my father died, but it seems I do have family around me after all. And now you see the girl behind the Forge Master's mask. A bittersweet day. It's certainly been an interesting one. Speaking of which, you never did tell us what kind of enchantment you put in that moneylender's new ring. You all but snatched it out of my hand. Ah, that was not magical. This desire for the ring was born entirely of mundane greed. I knew that an avarice wretch such as Walden would soon see the value of Cecil's craft. My contribution was far less innocuous. A little curse of misfortune to punish his unfair weighting of the scales. That man's financial luck was about to take a decidedly ugly turn for the worse. Ugh. You needn't look so worried. I would never weave curses upon an upstanding trading partner such as you. Keep the balance, and all will be well between us. Huh. Well, don't piss off the Nemo. All right. It's good to see you, Cecil. All that excitement has left me feeling positively drained. All that proper food has left me feeling unusually full. Well, I feel like someone's been using my head for an anvil. Don't remember much after that tankard. Shall I remind you? In your inebriation, you deemed it necessary to initiate a brawl with our Zoom guest. Our tavern keeper will be sending a bill for the destruction you caused to his establishment. Huh. You might have stopped her. You might have stopped her instead of making wages on the outcome rend. Tell me why I rehired you people again. I suppose the answer to that is right in front of me. Still can't believe you managed to prize it from Walden's grubby hands. You couldn't have done it without Cecil and Namarn. Aye, thank you again, Cecil. You've been there for me every step of the way. from here on in, I think I can keep the bellows running under its own steam. And if there's any trouble, I have these 3 miscreants to help me deal with it. You've left us in a good place, Cecil, but I know you're welcome to come and visit anytime you like. And don't forget to take your payment. You certainly earned it. Yes! Nice, nice, and nice. All right, and that is done for the facet of forging. We've got one last facet quest line to do, and then we can be done with this whole escapade. Now I don't know if there's like a big wrap-up quest. I don't remember. Like with Beast quests for Heaven's War and Stormblood, when you got them to max rank, there's like a big wrap-up quest line, or like with the role quests. I can't remember. I really don't. So if there is, that will be its own video. I'm just gonna point that out right now. But we'll see when I complete the last facet quest. The last facet quest is going to involve Alchemist or Culinarian, so keep that in mind. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.